Hi everyone, it's Nicky from Zulu here with an important announcement about some changes we made to the Zulu apps. What we managed to do is take Zulu Waterways with its online streaming of the map types and the information and combine it with Zulu Offshore, which has the ability to download and store information to your device. Now this means that both the functions which were previously in two separate apps are now in the same app, and this really greatly increases the versatility and the usefulness of the app when you're using it out on the water. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to switch between what we refer to in the app as online mode and offline mode, and how this can be useful. Before we get started, this isn't a new app. This is an update to your existing apps, and these changes have been applied to both the Zulu Waterways and the Zulu Offshore apps. Your device may have updated your app automatically, but you can check this by going to the App Store and searching for either Zulu Waterways or Zulu Offshore and checking if there's an update button. If there is, you click the update button and you'll see that these new changes will be applied to your existing app. Here we are on the map screen. Firstly, you can always tell which mode you are in, either online or offline mode, by this banner which is at the bottom of the map screen. Here you can see it tells us that we are in online mode, and you'll also notice that the buttons on the map screen are a blue color. Switching to offline mode requires going to the main menu, which is here, and the first option available is offline. Clicking this switches us to the part of the app which stores the database of global cruising guide information and the map types you have downloaded to your device. You can see here that the banner at the bottom of the screen has changed to reflect that we're in offline mode and that the buttons have changed from blue to black. It's really as simple as that. But let's now take a look at a few examples to see how you can switch between the two modes and how being able to switch between the two modes gives you the best aspects of what were previously two separate apps in the one place. Here I am in online mode looking at what is my current home port of the Hawkesbury River in New South Wales, Australia. Today when I'm out sailing, I'm intending to mostly use the online mode in my Zulu app, and this is because I know I'm going to have access to the internet, and it means that I have all the guide information as well as a variety of satellite maps, street maps, and hydrographic charts available at my fingertips, and I also have access to other functions such as weather and tides at my location and the ability to measure distance and plan my trip. In online mode, all these map types and the guide information is made readily available to me. I don't have to download any maps. Now let's look at another example where I will need to download offline maps for offline use. Let's say that instead of going sailing in my home port, I'm instead planning a trip up around Thursday Island. Now, I haven't been to Thursday Island before, and I want to take with me a variety of satellite maps, charts, as well as all the guide information, so that I know I have this available to me when I don't have an internet connection. To understand a little bit more about offline mode, here we are looking at Australia from a country-wide view in the offline mode. The app comes with images installed to your device for this zoom level across the globe for satellite maps, street maps, and navionics charts. However, you'll notice that as you start to zoom in closer towards the land, that the image begins to lack resolution. And this is because you are yet to download any maps to store on your device at this location. As you can see, in offline mode, I currently have no maps downloaded for this area. Switching to online mode, I can see these maps again as I'm streaming these maps across my internet connection. One new method which we've added to this update to the Zulu apps is to download offline maps via the markers in online mode. Opening up this Anchorage marker here, you can see that under the title for download maps are these options to download satellite imagery, street imagery, navionics charts, or an OpenSea map layer. Here I'm going to click the satellite image, which will begin to download a standard definition satellite image in my offline mode. Here you can see that the app has switched me into the offline mode and this image has now been downloaded. Before we go any further, a really good rule to remember when trying to determine what map types and information you are seeing because it's being streamed across the internet, and what map layers and guide information has been saved to your device for offline use, is that if you are in offline mode and you can see it on your map, that means that it's been downloaded and stored for offline use. This also applies to the markers. If you can see the Zulu guide markers on your map in offline mode, this means that the entire Zulu database has been downloaded and stored to your device. This is an automatic process. It's not something where you have to choose which areas to download information for. And if for any reason you can't see the markers on your map, send us an email and we'll walk you through how to fix that. Staying in offline mode now, I'm going to scroll to a section of the map where I haven't downloaded any satellite imagery. Here we are around the town of Thursday Island, and I'm going to quickly show you another method of downloading offline satellite maps. For this example, I'm going to hold my finger on the screen where I want the map to download for 2 seconds. This brings up a menu with a list of options, and from this list of options, I'm going to choose to download an HD satellite map. Now this is a high definition satellite image, it's very good quality, and you'll see here now that the download is complete just what that image looks like. As this video is already quite long, I'm not going to go into all the different ways which you can download offline imagery for satellite, street, and charts, but I have made other detailed videos explaining how to do that, and those videos are linked in the description of this video. Once you have mastered downloading offline maps to your device, you'll see that you are able to switch between images which you have stored for satellite, for street imagery, and for navionics charts. And if you're lucky enough to have an internet connection, you can of course switch to the online mode in which you have a great selection of different satellite maps, street maps, and hydrographic charts available, as well as all the other functions such as weather and tide. At Zulu, we really do love what we do, and people are often surprised to find out what a small organization we are. Zulu started as a passion project as me and my partners were sailing around Australia, and we wanted a modern way for people to be able to share information because we found what others had to tell us was the most important information we could find while cruising. And Zulu is now spread globally, really to every region you can imagine, with over 90,000 markers added to the database. Now what this means is that cruisers from all these different regions are deciding to open up the app and add what they've learnt while they're cruising so that others who sail in their wake can benefit from that knowledge. All information added by the community is protected under a Creative Commons copyright license. You can look up what this is. It's similar to what Wikipedia uses, and it means that under copyright that the information must remain freely available. If you like what we do here at Zulu, there's a number of ways which you can help us. One of those ways is to help us spread the word. Post on sailing forums and on social media about Zulu. You may have noticed that Zulu doesn't have corporate sponsorship. We don't want that. We don't advertise on Zulu. You may have noticed we don't bombard you with emails and we don't push products on you. And this is all to do with the ethos of how we feel that a community-driven guide such as Zulu should be run. Hopefully what you've learned in this video has given you some new skills, which is going to be yet another tool in your toolbox to help you get the most out of cruising. If you ever want to chat with us, just send us an email. We always love offers of help. As I said, we're a very small organization. If you have a skill set which you think would be a benefit to Zulu and the community, reach out, get in touch, and just start a conversation and see if we can do something together to continue to grow this community globally. All the best, everyone. I hope to see you one day out there somewhere in a beautiful Anchorage. Come over, have a glass of wine, and have a chat. All the best.